Hi everybody, really simple recipe today, a classic version of a baked haddock. When you order your haddock, it's going to come in a package like this. Again, just a beautiful kind of 1 poundish cryovac sealed package. It's resealable. You can open it and it'll reseal the bag, so you don't have to use it all at once. It should come in frozen. Keep it frozen until you're ready to use. Overnight in the fridge or on the counter for a few hours, those fillets will be ready to go. So what we're going to do today is really some simple vegetables. You can sub things if you don't have some in the house. Sauteed onions, mushrooms, a little tomato, and we're going to saute those all together, and then with a little bit of butter and oil, and in those we're going to put a little bit of flour and then milk. And that's a really classic kind of way to thicken a sauce, and all those vegetables and the dairy are going to cook together. The flour is going to thicken it. Now we want it a little bit thick, but we don't want it gummy or gooey. We want it just kind of a nice, rich texture that holds that fish up, but isn't too thick. So after you cook it all, this is what it's going to look like. You just have this beautiful kind of mixture of everything in there. We cook it with a bay leaf in there, and you're going to want to take that bay leaf out. You don't want to eat the bay leaf. It's good luck if you get the bay leaf out. So this is what it looks like. You can see it's rich, but not super thick. It just kind of, everything is in there. You see everything, but not overly thick. From here, we have a baking dish. In the baking dish, you want a nice one that the fillets will kind of all have a little bit of room around them. Not too deep, not too shallow. If it's too deep, the center won't get hot and your fish will be overcooked. Too shallow, everything kind of overcooked. So just something with a little bit of edge to it. We just spoon our sauteed vegetables and sauce in here. Boom. And from here we get our fish ready. Now, haddock is such a beautiful white fish, local here to New England. You can substitute cod, pollock, hake. You could even do this with salmon or scallops in some way. Any of those fish baked this way is going to be delicious. So you'll notice you kind of have the head end and the tail end on these fillets. So what I like to do is I just fold the tail end underneath, so it's about an evenly thick fillet all the way. That way it cooks a little more evenly. And then we're just gonna brush these with a little bit of Dijon mustard. Now, two reasons for the mustard. One, and just a little bit. You see I'm doing it with a pastry brush, not too much. You put too much mustard on there, that's all you're gonna taste. You want a little bit of that bite from the mustard, but you don't want it to overpower it. You just want that nice flavor. And the mustard does two things. It gives it great flavor, and it's, has a little bit of, kind of bite to it, a little acidic bite to it, which is nice with the rich sauce. And it's going to help our breadcrumbs stick to the fish. So a little brush of that on there. And then all we're going to do here is, so look, it's like you're all sleeping in a big bed. You get head to tail, then you go the other way. Head to tail, and then the other way. Head to tail. All of our fish kind of cozy in there. It's snug, but it's not packed, okay? Which is great. And then we have our breadcrumbs. So our breadcrumbs, really, these are just regular, store-bought breadcrumbs. Use panko, make breadcrumbs at home, whatever works for you. If you want to put a little, dried spice or paprika or something like that in there, whatever works for you. But just sprinkle a little on top. Just try not to get it everywhere. Just try not on the fish. And don't overdo it. We just want a little bit on there for texture and flavor. We're not trying to make a bread crust here. Just a little bit of bread crumbs. Makes it toasty and delicious. And that's really it. Really simple, really pretty. And we're just going to bake this. And through magic, this is what it looks like when it comes out. You notice we get this color. We're bubbling around the edges, but we're not burnt. Everything is warm all the way through. A little crust on the breadcrumbs, beautiful. From here, I got a little bit of this is fresh thyme, which I had a little bit left in my garden that came up from last year. So a little bit of fresh thyme leaves is really lovely. Fresh herbs, a little dried herb on there isn't bad either, if that's what you have in the house. Oh, delicious. And then all fish loves lemon, so we just do a nice squeeze of lemon over the top. And I would serve it with a little bit of lemon. Sometimes people like a little extra. So look how easy that is, beautiful. Let's try it. Last thing we have to do is taste it. And that fish is just, oh, it's delicate, it's flaky, it's not overcooked, it's really pretty. All the vegetables in there. Chefs like to eat right over the dish. Definitely serve this with a spoon. You want to get that sauce. That's really good. Delicate flavors, all working together really well. Really easy. You can make that ahead, pop it in the oven. Thank you very much. Stay safe, stay healthy. Send me any questions about the recipe. Thank you.